I have played the Half-Life 2 RTX demo from start to finish. I have breathed the musty air of Ravenholm and fought my way out of Nova Prospect, all while bathed in their new shiny glory. And I have quite a few things to say about it. It is pretty easy nowadays to dunk on ray tracing, and yeah, I do agree, which is why, to start this video, I want to praise Orbifold Studios, the creators of Half-Life 2 RTX, for just how impressive this demo is. This game looks like how I remembered it all the way back when I first played it many years ago. The lighting is drop-dead gorgeous, seeing how lights smoothly fall off on surfaces and dynamically react to the world. The asset quality is stupendously high on all fronts, from the textures, to material work, to modeling, and so on. There's also an impressive amount of detail, such as the translucent skin that headcrabs have, the grass in Ravenholm, the creases on the antlines, how fires now actually emit light, and so on. It is so surreal to see Half-Life 2 shown in such a high-fidelity manner that still stays relatively accurate to the art style. It now stands, in my opinion, as the flagship product for RTX Remix. Portal RTX? Yeah, that one was cool, but this is lit. Almost too lit. As that's where my problems for this remake, remaster, whatever the hell you want to call it, starts. The lights in this demo are incredibly bright, almost comically bright. So much so that areas which used to be covered in darkness are fully lit up due to the light bouncing, and it's to the detriment of a chapter like Ravenholm, where darkness is needed for the horror. The overuse of volumetric fog also makes it hard and distracting to see, especially during combat. The whole demo in general has this really hyper stylized look that kind of resembles Half-Life Alyx, but not really. It kind of went wrong, and it loses that dry, gritty look that made the original so iconic. The materials are disgustingly shiny, not in the sense that they're all mirror-like, but that most have a really diffused specular to them. The wood in Ravenholm is a great example where it's just oily. I might not go outside, but I don't recall old rotten wood looking this specular. The new animations look alright, but they don't sync well and don't really sound good with the original sound effects. All of these weird choices would be completely fine for me if the performance was good. Unsurprisingly, it is not, but it's much worse than I thought. Half-Life 2 RTX is actually the heaviest game I have ever run on my laptop, apart from, say, Portal RTX, Alan Wake 2, and Cyberpunk Path Tracing. Alan Wake 2 actually ran better than this. I know that a 4090 mobile isn't state-of-the-art, especially now that the 50 series cards are a thing, but you cannot convince me otherwise that this is normal, especially when people with 50 series cards, that's right, the cards that this demo is built for, can't even run it properly. Just look at the reviews. Something seriously bad is going on here, and it does not make me excited to play the rest of the game when I have to contend with an average of 45 FPS plus frame generation's input lag. Nvidia in general really wants to push DLSS and frame generation in this game, even though it can't even run fine with those enabled. The game hogs a lot of your VRAM, and much of that is due to the extremely high resolution textures of this game. Now, I wasn't able to fetch the exact numbers, but after eyeballing it, it has to be in the ballpark of between 4K to 8K. And before you ask, low settings do help, but only a bit, and you have to deal with even worse image quality. It's not just horrid, it is literally AI generated. It's abysmal how oily the whole image becomes. The demo is 40 gigabytes. You can basically fit 5 Half-Life 2s in there, and 10 if we're talking about the pre-anniversary update. This game is part of a larger issue that I have with these fully ray-traced / path-traced games. I'm not calling ray tracing a joke. That is very narrow-minded, and there are many applications that have benefited greatly from ray tracing. Now, in the context of real-time ray tracing, there are definitely games that can benefit from it, such as ones with dynamic worlds or environments that shift around quickly. Half-Life 2 is not one of those games. Its environments are purely static and it was built with static lighting in mind. Sure, covering a spotlight with a bucket and seeing how the entire room goes dark is cool until you realize the world doesn't revolve around you. I'd much rather prefer a Half-Life 2 remake where ray tracing was used for baked lighting instead, similar to what Source 2 does, since we get the benefit of better performance and more people playing it for the same graphical quality, or almost the same. Again, this is just a tech demo for the top 1%. It's sponsored by Nvidia. To end this video, I don't want to shit on Orbifold's talent and effort put into making this. That wasn't my intention, as this is very clearly a passion project for them. What I wanted was to highlight the problems that I have with, well, obviously this game, but also with Nvidia. Their meddling in this project shows a lot, and it really encapsulates a lot of my problems I have with modern games now. Yes, it has been said and repeated ad nauseum, but that doesn't make it any less relevant. I will still be keeping an eye on this project. I'm very interested to see what the rest of the game looks like, and I'll definitely be meddling around with the assets in this game, maybe even porting them to Source. But in terms of me actually playing it, the chances are quite low. I think you should keep that in mind.